Earlier today, the American University Student Government held its annual transition event where the outgoing Vidulich administration handed over the reins of power to the new Cutter administration. Joining us to talk about his 4 years at American University and the legacy he hopes to leave behind is former President Joe Vidulich. Thanks so much for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
We've had you on several times throughout the year. It's good to have you on one last time. Are you excited about graduation, or is that something you dread?
The fact that I hopefully will be graduating is really exciting. The fact that I have to complete some work before that is a little scary. But yeah, no, I'm excited.
Well, that's good. I'm a junior and I'm already dreading it, so I'm glad someone's excited about it. You've been here for 4 years, and you've been president for the last year. What do you think you're both as a student and as president, what do you think your proudest moment is of both of those? So that's kind of two proudest moments, I guess. I guess what I hope to do, and I don't know if I did. You never know if you did a good job until you look back, and hindsight offers you that perspective. But I hope that I built a sense of community here. I really think that if you look at one thing that really sets us apart from other institutions is that we go about doing our own thing. You might be interning on the Hill. You might be making a film downtown. You might be an activist. You might be a lobbyist. But at the end of the day, AU is your gateway to that, but it's not really your sense of community. I hope over the last year and a half, I hope to have changed that and made AU a destination, something you could be proud of and something we all share. It's not easy. It's not something you can really sink your teeth into to try and change, but I hope that we just addressed it in some different aspects. So you've seen change. You've been here for 4 years, which is, I mean, like the rest of your classmates, it's longer than anyone who's under you. You've seen a lot come and go. University president with Ladner and a lot of other things. Can you talk about some of the changes you've seen in the university as a whole? Trends coming and going, things that that come to your mind as changes that have happened?
Yeah, I guess Seth is preparing to make his first report to the Board of Trustees. And I've been involved in almost every aspect of university governance from when I got here. And like you alluded to, we kind of kicked Ladner out of this campus, and I really think it was driven by two facets, the students and the faculty. And if they didn't speak in unison, he would still be here today, and God help us all. But looking at the changes on that board and the purview that they have, I never thought when I got in here a student would be saying equal to that of $1 million donors to our university and making those decisions. I never thought the day when there would be students on every single committee on the board. I thought that we were on the periphery looking in. That's changed. We are really, truly a student-centered university. Some of the other things, I never thought we would be in the NCAAs. I did not think that was possible. But looking back a month ago and seeing AU's name and CBS and HD and our logo there, proudest moment that I'm ever going to think. And I know I was with your colleague Colin on that bus on the way down to Alabama, and it was amazing. It really defined my experience here, and I'm going to remember that for years to come. I guess another change that I noticed is in the student population. Maybe with the exception of one individual this year, we've really become a more accepting campus. I think. I don't have to be politically correct anymore because I was kicked out this morning. But when you have a campus that allows, and not only allows, but embraces dialogue and discussion on a diverse array of issues, you really make for better discussion. Yeah. And I'm really proud of the campus that you could disagree and go about your day and still argue and debate to any point you want. And that wasn't here when I was a freshman. But now it's just accepted.
So you would say that that there's been more like a growing acceptance of different points of view on campus since freshman year?
Oh yeah. Listen, they not only accept other students' points of views, but we've come to a collegial atmosphere where we can even disagree with administrators and be okay with that. It used to be a case, if you disagree with me, we'll break down your door. And we're not there anymore, and I think that's great because if we can meet them halfway and they meet us halfway, well, you know what, gosh darn it, that's halfway meeting the end to the problem. And we've got a lot of stuff done this year that I'm proud of, and I don't think that if we didn't respect the administrators we work with and the students that we represent, we could not get half of it done.
What do you think, do you have any suggestions for students? You ran for president twice and lost the first time. I know what that's like. Do you have any advice for freshmen this year who ran for those hard-to-get freshman seats and lost, and are unsure whether they want to run again for the Senate or for any position within the SG? Do you have any advice for them, whether they should, find something else? It's probably not going to be your answer, but whether they should keep going, or what advice would you have for them?
Well, I guess I would say is, I got involved as a freshman, and I was probably like you were, disappointed, very disappointed when I was allowed to be president. I thought that I did a good campaign. I talked about the issues. I said, what are this other candidates doing? They're not talking about it. And I was disappointed, as everyone is who doesn't get something they really want. But the thing that you have to do is you have to be involved. A lot of times we go about this canvas and we criticize almost every aspect of it, but we don't get involved and try and make it better. If you really don't make it better, you're not solving the problem. So if there's something you care about, run again. And if you don't get in again, make sure your opinion is known. Go to the Senate meeting and speak. We've seen that more than any year before this year, that individual members with no affiliation to the student government come in and speak about an issue they care about. From transgendered housing to smoking, all the way on the spectrum to the Student Bill of Rights. And you get involved. If you're not in the SG, your voice is still very, very much important, and I would say even more important. So get involved, no matter what you do. And Seth will be very open to hearing your input. Email him. I'm still getting emails about that television bill and getting other channels on the air after Bravo. And, it's still a good thing, and I really do like it. So
do you think that the SG has been more receptive? I mean, people are always criticizing the SG, as you alluded to. But do you think the SG has gotten more receptive to hearing students' views? I mean, we've had a lot more forums than I remember in the past. Yeah. The quantity of forums has gone up exponentially, which is good. But are there any other ways that you see the student government, ways they could improve to get student opinions, things that they could be doing differently? Well,
I hope that it has gone up, and I hope that we've been a more receptive SG. The recommendation, and you write a letter to the person that comes after you. Every SG president does that, and we leave a little token on a Captain American poster. It's a tradition that's been going on for 30 years. And what I wrote on that is, to be the most vocal advocate, you need to have a good ear, and you need to shut up. And I think that for the SG to be better at that, we need to shut up some more and just listen. Listen, we all have our points of views, and there will be represented at the final decision-making process. But let's make sure we hear every aspect of it. And I think this year we really did. And maybe using technology to interface with blogs and getting some more feedback, coming on programs like this and hearing from students. There are so many outlets of communication that we just really not need to talk, but we need to listen. And if we do that, hopefully we'll do a better job.
What are you most excited about for the future of AU? Are there things you see coming that you just can't wait for, you can't wait to see happen, or you hope will happen? What is your hope for the future?
Well, I wish we had a football team. That's not going to happen, so that's out the window. But the new School of Communication looks beautiful. I'm really excited about that. I'm still going to be involved in strategic planning and seeing that come to fruition and what our priorities are. Students have been very vocal in what they want from their institution, and I think that now we have to be met halfway. I'm also excited for the future of this school. The U.S. News and World Reports come out every year, and though some educators and some administrators don't really put a lot of weight into it, we all like to look at it.
Yeah.
And after a killer year, I can tell you this much: enrollment is up. Applications. We had 2 freshman days this year. 2 of them. We usually only have 1. This university is on the precipice of greatness, and I'm really excited to see that happen at my alma mater, and I'm really excited about my university.
Well, thank you so much, Joe, for coming on the show and for 4 years of active involvement, and for all your term as president and how much you've done for the students of this university.
Jason,
I really appreciate it.
Thank you for this, and thank you for this program, because this program has been another way for any students can come in here and speak on your editorial section. And I know I'm not going to toot your own horn that much, but
well, pay attention.
We recognized ATV this morning and what they have done, and to rebuild this campus, and it's another venue for communication that really has improved, and you guys have done a great job. I don't have to say that anymore to kiss ass, because I'm on the way out. So,
there you go.
So you
well,
did a
thank
great
you
job.
very much.
Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much.
it. When we come back, year-to-date correspondent Rachel Monin checks in with Janelle Knight to discuss the culmination of her hard work as a senior. We'll be right back after this.